Namaskar, I am Dr. Pratik Chauhan from ISF College of Pharmacy, and today we'll see a detailed overview on implantable medical devices along with some commercial products which are currently on very high demand. So, first we'll see some summary like just medical device is kind of an instrument or apparatus, or it may be a machine, or it may be a contrivance, or it may be an implant or in vitro reagent or other similar or related articles which include a component part or accessory which is specifically recognized in the official national formulary intended for use in the diagnosis or disease or other conditions, and it is also intended to affect the structure or any function of the body of man or other animals. And we can classify it under different classes like class 1 covers the general controls, class 2 kind of a medical device covers the general control with some specific spatial controls like for example we can say infusion pumps and surgical grafts. Class 3 device are general control and pre-market, it needs pre-market approvals like we can say implantable pacemakers or pulse generators, automated external defibrillators, or cardiovascular related some other devices like stents and many more things. And we can say the general functions of such medical devices is usually replace a missing biological structure. It generally support a damaged biological structure and enhance an existing biological structure. So varieties for such medical device in market are some active implants which are basically electronics device, and transplanted biomedical tissues and medical material tissues. And for this device there are various applications like electronic powered implants are kind of the active implants, for example we can say pacemaker, and on the other hand the bio implants which are biomaterial tissues and skin cornea, and dental implants usually goes for the dental treatment, and those are artificial tooth, and orthopedic implants are correctly affect the bone related joints. And implantable device have major two functions: applying a therapy usually by delivering electrical signals to some organs or tissue, monitoring relevant parameters or signals in order to avoid risk to patient or optimize his treatment. And they usually are capable of measuring and analyzing electrical and mechanical physiological signals. They usually transmit this information or use it as an input data for the therapy. So further we'll see some drug eluting bioresorbable vascular scaffold system which is currently on high demand in medical device market, and it is usually categorized under the class 3 devices, and we can classify it as under class D medical device as per the schedule M3 of Indian FDA, and it indicates a approving coronary luminal diameter in patient with symptomatic ischemia heart disease, and work with reference vessel diameter from 2.15 millimeter to 4.50 millimeter in patients, and usually made from poly L-lactide, which is originally a polymer form of L-lactic acid. It is completely biodegradable, and we can say also bioresorbable material. So it is completely kind of degradable device, and it is polylactide here is the major component or we can say the active part of such devices. So we must understand the degradation by hydrolysis. This water preferentially penetrates amorphous region of polymer matrix, and subsequently hydrolysis initially result in loss of molecular weight but not radial strength, and as the strand comes from the crystalline domain, we can see in this graph it is and once crystalline domains are hydrolyzed, there is a kind of the mass loss. So it is we can see here the entire movement from in the below mentioned graph here. So it is basically runs on the entire lactate shuttle, you can say. So lactate serves as an carbohydrate fuel, which is a source of for multiple metabolic pathways. So usually stir treatment, which it penetrates into the body, like, and it release the it directly enters the Krebs cycle and release the carbon dioxide, ATP, and water. And this is the basic mechanism for bioresorbable stents. So in the description, it is balloon expandable biodegradable polymer. It may be poly L lactide or polycaprolactone or poly D lactide or PLGA made bioresorbable vascular scaffold. A scaffold coating that consists of blend of anti-proliferative drug and polymer. The usual anti-proliferative drugs are sirolimus, everolimus, and paclitaxel. It is used in currently a lot of marketed products, and biocompatible biodegradable polymer coating which act as drug reservoir and drug release platform. So rapid action stent delivery, it is carried by the PTCA balloon catheter, and this scaffold is pre-mounted on the balloon catheter and placed between the two platinum iridium radio opaque markers band. And radio opaque marker bands are usually made from the platinum, and it is also called as platinum markers. And here is the some genuine data which is published from the literature, and it covers some description along with the input data. So the description, the disadvantage over the bare metal stent here is it is not necessarily ideal, as the lifetime present in the coronary arteries can present difficulties in the later treatments. And designing the advantages. So bioresorbable polymer material is used to prevent the vessel irritation and have adequate radial force to prevent it from the collapsing as a result of any injury that occurs following the implantation. And as an advantage of being biodegradable, so they are eventually will be degraded in the body, which offers several potential advantages over the normal metabolic stent, and compatible with the follow-up MRI, IVS procedures, and not restrict such kind of the surgical revascularization. And from the clinical advantage point of view, the clinical evidence of degradation within it is already shown up to 2 years, and leaving the treated artery wide open and intact, and does not need the eventual surgical removal for such kind of device. The production process for such kind bioresorbable vascular stents are, it is first PLLA. It is made from PLLA extruded tube, and this after the processing of PLLA tube, it is sent for the laser cutting machine, and after the laser cutting, the platinum markers are deposited on the surface, and after that it is sent for the drug coating. And after the coating surface will be evaluated for the quality control test, various quality control test, and after the passing the quality control test, it will send for the crimping, and which is generally a process where the bioresorbable scaffold is usually hang to the catheter balloon, and after the crimping, this entire device will be packed in the kind of the Tyvek pouch with argon purging, and it will be sent for sterilization, which is done by the electron beam sterilization. And after completing the sterilization process, the device will be kept quarantined for the next 10 to 15 days before the release of the batch, and after the completion of the quarantine period, it will be dispatched for after 10 to 15 days. So generally PLLA tube is kind of the processing where extruded polymer tube is placed to the mold, which is feed on the nitrogen supply chain until the hand of the mandrel on one side, another hand of tubing is placed, and groove of air clamp assembly. And the thermal property, molecular weight, and mechanical strength of process PLLA tube is taken under the consideration as a quality control parameter during the PLLA tube processing. And after that, there is some most potential part is laser cutting. So process this PLLA tube is used for laser cutting process to produce the polymer scaffold. And laser machining parameters such as tube diameter, scaffold length, gas pressure, pulse width are considered to feed in the laser machine program. And after the laser cutting, it is one most potential process is the platinum marker deposition. And after marker deposition, it will send for the drug coating. And drug coating machine parameters is here is a spray gun angle, distance between the spray gun tip and scaffold machine alignment, nitrogen pressure. And stem crimping is also one of the major. Drug coated scaffold is crimped on the balloon catheter. The crimping operation is performed with validated crimping process in the clean room with under class 100 laminar airflow unit in class 10,000 environment, and full length profile is considered as a quality control tool. And followed by the packaging process. The packaging of crimped scaffold system is performed in the clean room under class 100 laminar airflow unit in class 10,000 environment. The approved crimped scaffold system is enclosed with the dual layer protective sheet and placed in the hoop tray that is called protective coil. We can see this the entire loop. We can see this entire loop on this below image. And the major part of this entire process is the sterilization, which is done under the electron beam sterilization technique. And the argon pulse sealed multi-layer laminated aluminum pouch containing approved scaffold system is placed inside an outer box and marked with the irradiation color indicator label on single side for e-beam radiation sterilization. Product box is attached with cellulose triacetate film and CTA, that is called CTA films. CTA films are attached on the surface and are passed through the e-beam radiation and absorbance is measured using the spectrophotometer. So a report for the dose parameter is acquired using dosimetry instrument and check if the dose is as per the acceptance criteria. So process is generally this process is validated as per the ISO 11137 for the determination of efficacy of the sterilization process. So here are some controls of critical steps and intermediates during the manufacturing. So under the quality of material used for the manufacture, that is parameters are PLLA based scaffold, platinum markers, PTCA balloon catheter, drug, polymer, PDLLA, and solvent used in the process, packaging material. Then the quality of semi-finished product is process PLLA tube, laser machine scaffold, marker deposited scaffold, formulation solution, scaffold after coating and drying, scaffold after crimping. And quality of finished product before release, the parameters are visual inspection, sterility, bacterial endotoxin test, that is called BET, drug loading, drug release, drug degradation, mechanical properties, thermal properties, molecular weight determination, and packaging requirements. And different quality control tests for the such devices are thermal analysis, then dislodgement force, elastic recoil, radial stand, trackability, pushability, in vitro degradation studies, and uniformity of expansion and change in length